Theme park enthusiasts all over the state of Ohio, and around the globe for that matter, know exactly what to expect when they step foot inside Cedar Point during the season months. But what exactly takes place when they close up the gates for nearly half a year during the off-season? We've got your inside look inside of the world's biggest theme park. But before entering Cedar Point, it's hard to miss the construction of their latest coaster addition, the GateKeeper, which will actually hover over the heads of guests as they enter into the park.
It will dramatically transform the main entrance here at the park. The main entrance has looked very similar for decades, and now it will have this giant roller coaster looping right over it. The riders will actually go through these keyhole towers. It will look like they're just about to hit this keyhole, and then they'll twist and turn, so that'll give them a great thrill. But also all the guests, as they walk into the park, they'll see the riders flying right over them.
And aside from being awesome, Cedar Point Construction and Maintenance Director Ed Dangler says constructing the world's longest, nearly mile-long wing coaster, complete with a record-setting 164-foot drop, has been a big project, but there's much more going on.
The process right now is we start actually getting ready for the next season after Labor Day. And when we are in the weekend operation, we have certain things we do on the weekdays, and that continues right up until the park opens. It's a huge process. We do hotel modifications, room upgrades, whole hotels. Every roller coaster train is broken down to every nut, bolt, and washer and inspected. There's quite a bit to it, I'll tell you.
And there's quite a bit of hiring to do as well, Human Resources Director Pamela Romo says, who will help find over 6,000 employees to work at the park during season, more than enough people to make up their own small city.
And that's what's really cool about Cedar Point. A lot of people don't realize this. I mean, it's like our own little community here. You know, we have more, of course, the obvious thing is the ride operators. You got to have good thumb skills. But we also have, so many different, types of food services here. Everything from full-serve restaurants to fast food, to family casual dining.
Which is exactly where culinary manager Paul Jagowski comes in. Around 1,000 of the employees that Romo finds will be hired to run over 50 food properties at the park, some of which will be featuring some new options on their menus.
Currently right now, we are looking at new menu items. We're creating new things. We're going to be doing test runs here in the next month or so. We look at going through and purchasing new equipment. So we're going through catalogs and finding things, and we're actually putting what we call a wish list of all the items that I would like to have, and then we'll chip away at what we'll get. We start working with our catering departments to put together new menus for the upcoming season. We start coming up with new ideas. We're starting to do some weddings here on property, so we're putting together a wedding package to try to do some things along that nature. So it's kind of fun. We get a lot of things to do, and it keeps us busy.
And the live entertainment department is busy as well, making adjustments to last year's shows, putting together new ones for their summer slate, and finding all the right props, costumes, and people to make it all happen.
We are holding auditions and casting for the performance positions, the technical positions we're interviewing for, the costume stitcher positions. We're kind of doing all the preparation, so whenever rehearsals hit in May, all that legwork is done and we're ready to just hit the ground and go.
And now on we go to our last stop of the day, which basically takes us back to where we started, putting together elements for the park's newest and perhaps soon to be coolest ride, the GateKeeper.
We're trying to kind of get some things lined up for GateKeeper, the main ID sign and the really nice plaza that we're planning for our guests, and also the souvenir photo and retail location that they will exit through, working on a mural and some other graphic elements for that.
In other words, when Cedar Point opens on May 11th, it may look just a bit different than you may have remembered. But this I can tell you for sure. The lines for each of your favorite attractions are going to be a whole lot longer than they are today. From Cedar Point, Brian Skoronsky for WMFD Newswatch.
And then you can see that the lift hill is right here. It's a 170-foot lift hill with a 164-foot drop. So it'll be really exciting. You go right from that into what's called a wing over drop. So the riders are actually twisting and then turning this way. Not only will it break several world records, being the longest wing coaster and also the one with the tallest drop of its kind, 164-foot drop, So it'll bring a lot of thrills to our park, a park that's already known for thrills, 15 years running, best amusement park in the world. But
GateKeeper stands to break several world records among wing coasters. It'll be the longest, have the largest drop, feature the most and highest inversions of any wing coaster, as well as possibly being the fastest. When the senator was asked if he planned to be first in line,
This ride kind of scares me a little bit, I must admit.
I don't know what's coming up next year, but we'll be eager to tackle the job.
It has been voted the world's best amusement park 15 years in a row. And this year, Cedar Point is aiming to hold on to that title by doing something that no other park has even done.
Tonight, Channel 3's Dick Russ has a behind-the-scenes look at how the GateKeeper is coming to life in a factory in Southwest Ohio.
The front gate of Cedar Point is undergoing its most dramatic change ever. The new winged coaster, GateKeeper, will squeeze riders through 2 keyholes built into the park's new towering front gates.
You're going to swear that it's not going to fit through the keyholes.
New Cedar Point CEO Matt Ouimet is so excited about GateKeeper, he invited us to fly along with him to a place neither he nor we had ever seen before. Our destination, this factory down in Claremont County, Ohio. This is the steel fabricating plant where 16 of Cedar Point's roller coasters have been born. The latest, the GateKeeper, is being constructed right now. Holy cow! That's what just about everybody says when they see their dreams start coming true. When they come to the place where pieces of raw steel go in and finished pieces of GateKeeper come out a couple weeks later.
All right, we're going to go in the keyhole.
That's right, this is one of the keyhole towers. 62 tons of steel waiting to be delivered to Cedar Point and hoisted upright into place.
Not only did you see it, but you're in the middle of it.
I'm standing in it.
You're standing in the keyhole.
Love it. Wow. Building GateKeeper, and really the whole idea of flying through the front gates, is very much the brainchild of this man.
You need a near-miss element. You know, you need that illusion of danger where you think you're going to hit something, but we know you're not. But you don't know that because you've never been on the ride before.
And making sure Cedar Point stays on top is the job of this man.
I like to say the gate opens. So the gate opens May 11th. And the number one thing it means is the next generation of memories from Cedar Point. Right? I mean, you and I talked on the plane. We all have those stories that we grew up with, and I call it genetic vacation behavior. So here we go again, something that you and I will hopefully still be talking about 30 and 40 years from now.
Coaster fans have already been talking. And now that the last piece of GateKeeper is ready to roll out of the factory and up to the point, the front door of the world's #1 park will never be the same. I'm Dick Russ, Channel 3 News.
That does look fun.